Alright, I've said like a total of maybe 10 sentences this entire day. So my voice has not been used. God. This is why they say don't put your hats in the freaking washing machine. But I'm doing it anyway. What if the whole hat just falls apart? What if the hat just like shatters because that one string that I just pulled out of it? That'd be a crazy development. Excuse me. What's up, Maxer? Maxer, did I pull your wish today? Or did I pull somebody else's? Or was it TK? Frick, who was it? I think I did. Oh, from that manga where the dude's like a slave or whatever, right? And he's like, OP as dicks. What's up, Raw? How's it going? It's been a minute. No, it was somebody else. Who did I pull? I think it was you. It could have been TK. I already used my claim first hour. You know what I hate? I hate how recently I've been using my claim first hour. But like I've also been getting banger shit. I got Bochi yesterday. You guys know the vibes. Absolutely just deserved. That's literally so crazy. Deserved out of his mind. Look, my teacup with a bag in it. It's like 2 days old. You got Zero Waifu? What? Dead assery? Boys. Oh, this is gonna be a bad day, gamers. I started sitting on my foot like maybe a minute ago and it's already falling asleep. I think this might actually be a new record and I don't know what to do. You have Ram. Ram's pretty. You have Komurasaki. I guess I'm the only one who sees that as a W. Let's go back to the hospital. Oh yeah, I saw that. Are you getting rolled? It's not that bad. It could be worse. Your characters could be worse. I forgot we traded Kita for Ram. I forgot. And you know what's crazy? I can't get Rose to trade me. Rose, I'm trying to like get a Lira from Rose, and Rose will not accept Kita as a trade. When Kita was like his #1 girl freaking last season. That's literally so crazy to me. It's whatever. It's whatever, I guess. It's whatever, I guess. It's whatever. I'm not mad about it. Maybe a little mad about it. Does my voice sound weird? I feel like it sounds a little hoarse. But I think that's because I haven't spoken all day. I made ravioli from a package. Because I feel like it does. I don't really know why. Well, it sounds a bit raspy. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Does it sound hot, though? That's the question. Do you think I can pull baddies with this? Do you think this should be my normal voice? This is my voice. This is how it gets when I don't sleep. Or I have anxiety. Or I'm depressed. And I think I've had a little bit too much caffeine today, so I think I have a little bit of anxiety. And I also haven't talked. This is how it gets. I don't sound as hot anymore. I can't get any more girls. Because I used to have so many before, and now I can't get a single one. Oh, Nick, you're lying. No, I'm not. No, I'm freaking not. Hard disagree. I think that's literally so crazy. What a thing to accuse me of. How freaking dare you? All right, this season I was gonna watch some more Auto on stream today, but then I for some reason I only remembered like 10 minutes before stream started that if I do, I'm gonna get taken down. I got taken down last time. It was in the middle of Gira Gira, but I don't think Gira Gira is what took me down. I think it was something else. Whatever song was before that. I don't remember which song it was though. I can go back and look, I guess. Guys, I have 11,803 messages on like unread messages on Discord. Like unread pings. But I think a lot of them are just like really old, like at everyone's from servers that I didn't mute until like recently. Maybe? I don't know. I don't get pings for them though. I don't think I get pinged for is DMs and shit in my own server. They're old pings. They're like years old. Coward? Yeah. I guess you could say that. I'm going to keep it a bug with you. Otto would not want me to sacrifice myself like that. Because I know her. Auto server pings everyone someone joins. I'm not even in that server. That sounds awful. We just gotta mute it, right? Just gotta mute it. It's not like the official server though. It's like a fan server, right? I'm assuming. You got diagnosed with cringe? What does that mean? What the frick does that mean? Diagnosed with cringe? You gotta explain a little bit more for me, buddy. I need to know. You can't just leave me hanging there. I need to be made aware. Wow, did you hear that? Damn, it's literally so crazy. I don't barely knows how to download games, let alone run a Discord server. Watching her play Minecraft is certainly an interesting experience. Inclined to agree. Put that right there. All right, we're lights off today. Because we're degenerates. We're degenerate time. I got pharyngitis and acute respiratory infections. Damn. You got freaked. You got dogged on. So you're gonna play Resident Evil next week on frick, what's the website called? Does she use Twitcast? Dogi Dogi? I know she has a Twitcast too. You got dogged hard. Damn. Damn. So did they prescribe you like some antibiotics or some shit? Alright guys, I'm going the rest of the day without cursing. This entire stream. Rest of the stream. Because once stream ends, I'm going to bed. I'm taking a shower, I'm going to bed. So that's basically the rest of the day. And I'm not going to freaking curse. Guys, on my last Danganronpa stream, somebody commented on it. And I assume they came from like the YouTube shorts or whatever, right? They're recent. I don't even know if they're a subscriber or not. But they just like roasted the fuck out of me for playing Danganronpa. And I like usually like I'm okay with reading like hate comments or whatever. It's like whatever. But that would actually like hurt me. I'm like actually offended. I like deleted the comment and I was sad for like an hour. The comments gone. I deleted it. I got absolutely just freaking it was one of the, I can't remember what he said, but it like traumatized me. Like I know it happened, but it was such a freaking crazy roast that like I think my subconscious is protecting me by not letting me remember what the hell he said. You had 7 different medicines? Oh my god. You have universal healthcare, right? Chris Roaster? I know. I think I played a part in why I didn't schedule DGR for this week. Because like it made me feel bad about myself. But I'm going to play it next week. Frick that guy. I can suck my dick. I'm talking about it with my therapist tomorrow. So, yeah, it's crazy. I've been like roasting different anime. I don't know if you guys been watching the shorts or TikToks and stuff, but I've been like roasting different anime, and people are not happy about it. So far for the I'm not gonna curse today. Oh, did I mess? Starting now. Starting now. Starting right freaking now. Not saying the F word's easy. Everything else is difficult. First it took my... Is that a curse word though? It's just a body part. I guarantee you saying suck my penis sounds more vulgar. I would say saying suck my penis sounds more vulgar than saying suck my D word. Right? It does. I'm right. It does. Don't deny it. Guys, I saw this YouTube video where this guy held a magic system competition. He literally took like 116 authors and they all pitched their magic systems and it was like tournament style. And then, you know, first round, second round, third round, fourth round, and then, you know, the winner, right? I was like watching that video and I was like, I could have won that. I'll be honest. I could have won that. I want to show you guys my magic system here in a little bit. It's been a while since I've touched it. So I still need to update it a little bit. It's probably been like a month or something. Probably over a month. But I'm telling you, it's the most freaking genius shit you've ever thought of. Because I wanted something that was like hard magic. So like a lot of like rules or whatever, right? To where the reader can figure out what the hell's happening, right? It's not like, oh, you know, you shot a fireball and that's basically all I know, right? No, you can like the reader can figure out how the hell it happened. But I don't want to make that overly complicated. But I wanted a magic system that's like, it's, you know, something that gives you a lot of possibilities, I guess, for different like wacky, very anime-like abilities or whatever, right? But at the end of the day, even though they're wacky, if you follow the rules of the magic system, you can like figure out how they did it. You know what I mean? It's like it like makes sense. But I want something because like in anime or in manga, especially like battle shonens, right? Everybody has like their own like unique thing, right? Right? Everybody, you know, Luffy stretches his arms like freaking rubber. You know, what's his name? Gojo deals with freaking infinity. Reflection, deflection. I had to watch a video to understand what the hell Gojo does. Gojo's abilities were they were easier to understand than I thought they were when somebody like laid them out for me. You know, like Naruto does like clones and shit like that. You know, Sasuke's like a lightning. This is the lightning shit, right? Everybody's got their own shtick, right? And everybody's abilities are super unique from one another. And I wanted something like that, but in a hard magic system, right? That's what I wanted. I wanted something to be like, if somebody stretches their arms like rubber, right? Then the reader can figure out how they got to that point, right? Just by doing a little bit of thinking, right? And I think I got it, more or less. And I'll probably bring it up. I might pull it up here in a little bit. But I was watching that video, and the guy who won, it was like he had like a heartbeat magic system. It was actually pretty interesting. It was a little complicated, and I was like skimming through it while also like editing at the same time. So I don't remember a good amount of it. I have to go back and watch it. But there was one where there was one where this guy's world, it was in complete black and white, and people cried different colors. And so when you cried a certain color, you could like bottle the color up, right? You can put it in like a jar, like the liquid or whatever, right? And then depending on the color that is, you get like a certain like ability or something like that, which I think was actually really dope. I honestly think that was my top one of my top two. Imagine having an ability if you used it, it makes your opponent. If you used it, it makes your opponent. Imagine having an ability if you used it, makes your opponent. What? I'm having trouble reading that. If you use it, it makes your opponent weaker, then you get brain damage. That's basically Gojo. The domain expansion. So Gojo has to do Gojo deals with like infinity, right? Right. So how do I? Frick, I'm trying to remember how you explained it. Basically, there's an infinite amount of numbers between 1 and 0, right? So if you were to like reach, I'm trying to think. So if you were to say start at 0.1 and then increase, but only increase. Yeah, exactly. Pours infinite amount of information into your head, basically. But you were only able to increase by 0.5, right? By 50% of the number you have. Hold on. I think. Because it would still increase, but the amount that you increase by gets smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller. And then you'll never reach 1. Right? I'm trying to think. Is that how you explain it? Something like that. Where you increase the number, but you can only increase by something like that, right? And so he basically just does that shit with like shit moving at him. It's still technically going towards him, but the speed and the distance that it's moving is increasing, but the percentage that it's increasing, or the percentage that it's increasing by keeps getting smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller, and will never reach the target. I think that's how it works. And then with this domain expansion, it's like something along the line of that. I don't know. And then people just go crazy, go brain dead. I had no idea what reverse curse energy was until I had to look it up, or until that video explained it to me, where it's literally just the opposite of curse energy. Curse energy is negative, reverse is positive, which you would think, actually, that makes sense. Exponential, yeah, that. Exponential, but never reaches your target number. Allows him to use 100% of his attack with the usage. Yeah, I did see that too. Yeah. What's up, Matcha? How's it going? It's been a minute. But yeah, I've been doing a lot of like, I've been consuming a lot of like magic system content recently or whatever. And if there's one thing that I can't stand anymore, it's like elemental magic. You know what I mean? Like, Avatar did it amazing, right? And then like every isekai in the world is literally the exact same thing. Fireball. Bullshit like that. It's like, after Avatar, anything with like elements is like, you know what I mean? Like elemental magic. in 2023? That's crazy. That's insane. Fire body. That's what I said. Fire body. So, elemental magic in 2023. From an E rank turns into an SSS rank by the MC. Oh my god. The MC can use all elements, all types of magic, all the elements? What? No way! That's crazy! And I still read that shit. I cussed! Dang it! Who let me do that? It was Maxer's fault. So not much, just sitting on my foot, it's falling asleep. You know the vibes. Alright, changing feet. Sitting on your foot's nice. Well, the key is to sit, like, say this is your ankle, your wrist is like your ankle, right? Because it basically is, right? The key is to sit on your freaking wrist and not on your foot. You know what I mean? Like right above it, like right here. I think. Don't quote me on that. The MC is as powerful as God and can one-shot me? No way. No way. Why is it my fault when you're the one cursing? Kind of a cringe. I think you're the one who's cringe because you went to the doctor and got diagnosed with cringe. You literally admitted it yourself. So, therefore, it's your fault. Absolutely just got him. Absolutely just freaking got him. Spreading misinformation? 100%. 100%. I'm pretty sure everything I just said was a total fabrication. I have no idea if that's how the foot thing works. Oh yeah, it definitely doesn't, because I'm not sitting on my foot this time and it's falling asleep again. Ooh. Spreading hate speech right now? I don't know. I don't know if that's what I'm doing. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know if that's what's happening. I finally gotten the motivation to like start exercising again. Because like a week ago or something like that, I woke up with my hands were numb. And heard that's like a symptom of like pre-diabetes. I'm like, frick. So I've been watching my diet, but eating better, but exercising. I was like, damn. I was kind of just waiting until I really started seeing some really negative signs. And I feel like that is one of them. So I've never been too worried about losing weight. I'm honestly confident in myself to literally do everything. Exercise every day. Yeah, I have been. But I was kind of like, I'm just going to wait till like a really bad sign and then I'll freaking do it. Let's go back my run. Hey, there you go. I take my dogs on like a 2-mile walk every day. And then just to like warm up my body who's not used to moving anymore. It's like 2.5, 3 miles. And then I'm going to get back on that. I'm going to start. So I used to do treadmill. And I would just put the incline all the way up and have like a 3-speed and like kicks your ass. So I'm probably just going to start doing that again every day once my thighs are warmed up. Or I'll do it before my walk. Oh, I'll do it after the walk. I'll do it afterward. Making yourself sound really old, not gonna lie. What can I say? Thighs? That's some selective hearing right there. That's some selective ass hearing. Your Insta post about the DBC is hella funny, and I said it. Thank you. I thought that would do better than it did, but unfortunately it didn't. I was just kind of sad that it didn't do as well as I thought it was going to be. I took a risk because now that I know that YouTube prefers like higher amounts of literal watch time, like they prefer 50 something seconds, 40 to 60 seconds of watch time. So I've started to make longer videos. That way that's literally possible instead of like 10 to 20-second videos. And so it didn't do that well. I was kind of sad, but you know, I guess let's figure it out. Let's try again. So the problem with that one, I feel like let me double check the retention rate. I've realized it's like hard. It's really hard to hook people and get people to stay. Like, obviously I've been practicing and trying to have yeah, that's rough. Decent hooks. I recently been fiddling with the AI speaking at the beginning or whatever. And that's been okay. So far with the AI ones, I think that for the most part, it averages around like anywhere between 40 and 60%. Like, it keeps around 40 or 50% of people to actually watch the video, right? Because there's a metric on YouTube. It's called viewed versus swiped away. So it's, you know, how many people viewed the video versus how many people swiped away, right? And so ideally you want to aim for above 70%. And I've been experimenting with it, but I don't think I've been experimenting with it enough. I got into a routine of just making shit and then hoping it does well. But now I need to like stop being a bum and just do some studying. But yeah, the AI, like, you guys have probably seen it, where it'll be like rating my viewers tier lists or whatever, top 10 anime or Mal or the VTuber thing or whatever. So far, that's been like a solid, like I said, 40 to 60%, which is below the 70 that I want. You want 70 at your bare minimum. So you want 70% of people to stay and not swipe away. And so I've been looking through them. I need to experiment with more. It's freaking difficult. How much watch time counts as a view for the shorts? I actually don't know. It doesn't say. And I tried to look for it, and I haven't had any luck figuring it out yet. But if I had to take a guess, hold on. Actually, I don't think it's going to say, but yeah, it doesn't tell me. I want to say it's like, no, definitely not have, at least have the link in the short. I'm thinking like, if I had to make an educated guess, I'd say probably first 5 seconds at the absolute max, but I'm thinking more like 2 seconds. 2 to 3 seconds. I think you have to hold them for like 2 to 3 seconds for it to count as a view. Which doesn't sound like a lot, but it's like difficult. It is not easy. Yeah. Have you read the Storytime channel yet? No, I haven't. Not in the past like week or something. Because, you know, I wanted to read them on stream. So I have been saving it. We'll probably look at them here in a little bit. Yeah. I have no filters on my camera right now except for a sharpening filter. So bright. So it's like really difficult. I don't have a problem, I think, with holding people's attention if the video is like around 25 seconds or less. I can usually make the average person watch the entire video through. If not, I mean, not if not, but like I can usually make him watch the entire video and like restart the video and watch it like a little bit. So it's if it's less than 25 seconds, I think I've gotten pretty successful at making people watch like 110 to 120% of the video. So that means they watch it again, or at least part of it again, right? So I need, but YouTube actively does not push out shorter videos. Just YouTube, I think. I think that TikTok, shorter videos like that length definitely do better on TikTok and Instagram than they do on YouTube. I think because YouTube's algorithm is different. I think TikTok views maybe engagement more or values engagement more and percentage watch time. I think they might value percentage watch time, and they give you views. They give you your first initial burst of views easier. It's definitely interesting because like the same strategy for YouTube does not work on TikTok, and the same strategy for YouTube does not work on Instagram. Although I do think that YouTube and Instagram are like more similar than they are TikTok. TikTok is the outlier. I've noticed TikTok is the bigger outlier when it comes to how algorithms perform out of the three. It's definitely just very different. Because like usually things that, no, frick, maybe not. I don't know. It's like, it's hard. Instagram is hard to get views. Can't spell analytics without anal. I mean, you're right. Yes. Or spam shorts. Yeah, it's Instagram is interesting. So far, in terms of most views to least views, it's YouTube Shorts, Instagram, and then TikTok for me. And it's hard to figure out why, but I've noticed that absolute just like freaking degenerate content does fantastic on Instagram. Degenerate content does not do well on YouTube. YouTube is better for more or less content that isn't like, inappropriate. How was TikTok low? I thought it was easier to get views on TikTok. That's what you think. TikTok has definitely the lowest amount of views. I get the lowest amount of views on TikTok out of all three platforms. And I don't know. I need to research more about TikTok. The thing about it is that since I'm posting the same video on all platforms, it's going to be hard to cater to every single platform because all the algorithms are different and they work different ways. Like once I get monetized on TikTok, you can only make money on videos like longer than a minute. And YouTube Shorts, you can't post videos longer than 59 seconds. Which means once I get monetized, I'm gonna start making versions purely for TikTok that are like maybe like a minute and 3 seconds. You're not doing the cringe trend dance. You're also not talking while dancing. Yeah, definitely. I don't know. If it was that simple, I don't know if I do it. I'll be honest. I still don't know if I'd still do it. Still don't know if I'd do it. How are you, Hada? How's it going? Start dancing, my boy. Shake that booty. No, maybe. Just freaking maybe. Why not upload on different platforms at different times? Time doesn't matter. I'll be honest with you. If there's one thing that I've learned, it's that time of upload doesn't matter for shit. And I think that's the case for all platforms. Like, if your video is going to do well, then it's going to do well. If your video is not going to do well, then it's not going to do well. You know what I mean? So the way each of the platforms work is that when you upload a video, TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube, they send it out to like a test audience, I guess. And assuming it's like a new video, like content different from what you normally post, right? Or like a different topic, I guess. Like the last video I posted was about Dragon Ball Z. If I uploaded a video about One Piece, then, you know, I don't think I've uploaded a video about One Piece so far. And so it would send that to a test audience of viewers who like One Piece, right? And so, and then that test audience would decide how well the video does, or whether to promote it again or stuff like that. And so, no, I see what you're saying, but like, how do I put it? There's just so many users on each of the platforms at any given time that you're going to find a test audience for that video to initially go to at any time of the day. You know what I mean? There's just so many people like online. And like the thing is like, that's only time. The time you post it is only relevant when it comes to like that initial, like very, very initial burst of views, right? The thing about all these platforms is that they're still, even if it flops, even if the video flops, right, initially, the platforms are still going to be throwing it out like a little bit at a time to people constantly, to like everybody. You know what I mean? What the frick was that? Did you guys see that? What is that? What is that? You guys see that? Oh, I can do that. Huh. Well, there you go. I had no idea what that was. And I think I've had it for like 3 months. But yeah. Anyway, so the time is irrelevant. What's up, Eepster, by the way? How are you? The time you posted is irrelevant because, like I said, even if the video doesn't do well, say you posted at a bad time, whatever, right? And that burst of viewers like isn't there, right? Just because that burst of viewers at that time isn't there, that doesn't mean YouTube or Instagram or TikTok is going to just stop testing that video to new to like different people. You know what I mean? And so if say I normally post around like 5 p.m. ish, anywhere between 3 and 7 is when I post. But say I post at like 10 p.m. or whatever, right? And you know, at least here on YouTube, most of the viewers who watch the TikToks and like the shorts aren't on at 10 a.m. It would just not do well, and then wait till 10 p.m. Not to wait till that time range that I normally post in, and then it would start doing well, or just do the same thing. Is that what I was trying to? Wait, that might have not been the point I wanted to make with that. I confused myself. I lost track of what I was trying to say. Oh yeah, like I said, time you post doesn't matter because YouTube's always sending it to people, whether it be one person or 2 people or 3 people or whatever, right? You know, they're always sending it to a few. They're always trying to test out the video with new people, right? And so, like the video will do well if the video captivates any test audience, regardless of anytime. Does that kind of like make sense? Am I explaining this badly? I don't know. Time is relative. I mean, yes, that. I would just say time's irrelevant. I honestly think time is completely irrelevant when it comes to, at least when it comes to short form content. I think it comes to any content in general. Obviously, the only reason why time would be important is if you were consistent about when you post it. Because that's the only reason why time would ever be. Even then, it's not even that important. Everybody says consistency is like super amazing and blah, blah, blah. But the thing is, when it comes to videos, YouTube treats, at the very least on YouTube, but I think TikTok and Instagram, they treat each individual piece of content as its own thing. There are things that can help, right? So if I post a video every day at 5 p.m. or whatever, right? Then people who are subscribed to me will be expecting a video at 5 p.m., whatever, right? And then they go and watch the whole thing and whatever, right? And then boom, there's some good watch time and there's some good viewed versus swiped away rate, whatever, right? That helps. I'd say it helps, but it's not the end all be all, I think, if you're inconsistent. Next is the king of inconsistency. It depends on what I'm being inconsistent about. I feel like I've been pretty good about the shorts thing for the past few months, although not so great on weekends, but I've been consistently doing well on weekdays. But like I said, I'm just going to upload twice on Monday and Friday because I'm just like, used to be a Twitch streamer, right? Yeah, back like super early 2021 and then 2018, 2019, 2020. I've thought about going back. I really have. Over the past like 2 days. It's been on my mind. It's been on my mind. But at the same time, I can't go back to Twitch until I'm consistent. Right? Until I'm uploading, videos, regular videos once a week, at least. Blah, 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 blah. Stuff like that. Because then, you know what I mean? Because I'm not using all the tools in my hands. I'm not using all the tools I have available to do well on YouTube live streams yet. I think for 3 months, even 23 months. Yeah, it's like a reminder thing, like Twitch does. Basically. If you've like already renewed, if you have it on like auto renew and you haven't visited the person in a little bit, then it'll let you like do it. 20 more months, 50 months, bro. It's like a little over a year and a half. Thank you, Hada. Thank you. Yeah, it's essentially like Twitch does. Comment Hada L, only 22 months. 22 months is a long time. I'm unsubbing for that? For something I said? Wait, what did I say? I already forgot. Almost 2 years. You burp straight into the mic? Oh, yeah. That was nasty. It's my bad. Excuse me. It's my water. It was a watery burp. And it ain't gonna be the last. It ain't gonna be the last. Would you guys be interested in reading or me showing you my magic system? That if I was talking about earlier how I saw this video where this guy took like 116 riders and then he had like a tournament style for the magic systems and then like somebody won like $1,000 and I was not aware of it, but if I was, I would have won it for sure, skis, bro. You want to see it? It's the second magic system, I guess third, that I made, but it's gonna be my primary one in the first set of novels I'm writing. Be the main bitch. I want it to be like I was saying earlier, like I wanted it to be a hard magic system, so obviously like rules and limitations and stuff like that, and where the reader can figure out why this works in the world. But I also wanted something that was also like super like anime and manga at the same time, where everybody has their own shtick. You know what I mean? Everybody has a very unique ability and unique speciality. But that's really hard to do in like a in a hard magic system, if that makes sense. For one's quirks with magic, well, it's kind of like, how to explain? You'll see. I'll pull it up right now. I made a story and I completely forgot about it for 3 to 5 months now. Ooh. I say magic system, but like it's very much not like spell or shit like that. You know what I mean? It's a power system. You. Yes. See if I can find it. Can I bed the zombies? Oh, Eepster. That's worse than me. Oh, I sent this to Jules and Trem. So Jules and Trem have looked over this already. I've made some edits since then, but I haven't touched this in a fat minute. Did Flo make a new account like a while ago, Eepster? Like a TikTok account? I need to update this more because I've had some new ideas for it. Why does all of it get banned? What the frick? That's crazy. What? We don't know? That's absolutely wild. That's so funny. He got sort of unbanned, but he can't access it on his PC. That's so funny. That's hilarious. Flo's a mischievous man, so I'm not surprised. Probably try to freaking gurgle some food cock via TikTok DMs. Okay. All right. Otiver's thighs already? That's true. I did see that. Okay. So I actually got this original idea from an anime. So you probably know of it. It's called Sweet Reincarnation. How the main character like can like copy things that he sees. I read that before the anime came out. I read the first like chapter or 2 or 3 or whatever. And I got the overall, that was like the inspiration from it, but I've actually like drastically changed it. So in this system, the users can either copy an aspect from an inanimate object onto themselves or project an aspect of themselves onto an inanimate object. Right. So, well, that's kind of like, forget that. Like traits, right? And people have trait slots, right? So basically you have a certain number of slots that are open, and then every time you copy or project a trait, then that takes a spot. Takes a slot. What's up, Zoe? Thank you for being there when I need company. You're gonna make me cry. You better relax. Okay. Okay. Let's just skip that and go to like a demonstration. So there are 2 types. You can either people can either copy or project, right? They're born with the ability to do one or the other, right? So there are people who are born. Some people are born only being able to copy, and some people are born only being able to project. You can't do both. You know what I mean? So users are able to copy a trait of an inanimate object onto themselves. So you can like copy the hardness of a diamond and have extremely tough skin. You can copy the color of a blade of grass, and then your skin and your skin will be green. You can copy the elasticity of rubber, and you can like freaking stretch, right? Obviously One Piece inspired. Or you can copy the injuries of a dead body, and you can have, the body's injuries on your body, whatever, right? So since the body is inanimate, the body's dead, the body's not alive, it counts as inanimate. And different traits can be stacked. So like, for example, if you wanted to have a mace for a hand, or actually let's go to this limit. I'll go to the limitations first. You can't drastically change the shapes of your body, but you can if your body is in a state that allows this to happen. Example, you cannot copy the shape of a 1 by 1 foot wooden crate onto your hand. Your hand will basically explode. Your skin / muscle / skeletal structure cannot support that structure. However, if you were to change the texture of your body to something more stretchy and elastic, then you could change the shape of your hand to the shape of a 1 by 1 cube, right? So if you wanted to change your hand to like the shape of a mace, then you could copy the elasticity of rubber, then copy the shape of a mace, and then you could copy the hardness of a diamond. So then you would have a mace of a hand that'd be like really freaking tough, right? So you can like stack things, if that makes sense. Copy the malleability of metal, yeah, of a metal, exactly. I appreciate you showing up. Thank you. People appreciate you for things you don't understand. Thank you. I'm crying internally. If the fan wasn't going, the fans dry out my eyes really easily. And so my eyes were incredibly dry right now, I'd be bawling. Is this copy? Is trait copy? No. So here's the thing. You can these trait slots, right? So the mace hand uses 3 trait slots, right? One for the elasticity change, one for the shape, and one for the malleability, or for the texture, the hardness of the diamond, or whatever, right? And so that's 3 slots. So people are born with a certain number of slots, and then the more you like use it, the more you can increase. But I'm not increase the slots or whatever, like as practice, right? Slots, I guess, yeah, like I said, you can get more. I think I'm not 100% sure if I want to go that route. I think I might want to stick with like you're born with a certain number, because I think that might make it more interesting than being able to increase it. But we'll see. I'm not 100% sure on that yet. And so you can get rid of what did you say? Yeah, you can get rid of the trait, right? So you can either return or dismiss it. So we'll go with dismissal first. So you can dismiss the trait, right? And then the trait, just forget all this. I need to go over this. Like I did this a while ago. The trait will just, go away, whatever, right? Go away. And then the slot's not open, right? The slot needs time to recover and open back up. But there's no waiting period, right? You can just keep using another. You can do another thing. You can do another thing with a different slot. You just can't use that same slot, right? Right. So, explaining this is hard as when was the last time I explained this to somebody? It's been a minute. I'm trying to like refresh my brain. Don't worry about the wording. I need to change some shit. Also, what we doing? I'm explaining this magic system I have. If you wanna, yeah, I have this. I'm a creative, okay, and so you can return the trait back, the copy of the trait back to the object, right? This will open up the trait slot. So, right, so if you dismiss it, the slot is not free anymore, and it will take a while for it to open back up. But if you return it, then at the end of the return period, the slot that you used for the trait will be open. But it takes a while for it to do it, right? And during this time, you can't copy or project any new traits. So you have to decide whether you're going to be vulnerable for a while. Does that kind of make sense? Am I explaining this badly? Like a fantasy magic system? Yeah, basically. But something, you can either just get rid of the trait and then you can either just get rid of the trait by dismissing it, right? And then you can't, that slot won't be open for a while. Or you can return the trait back to the object and the slot that you used for the trait you're returning will open back up eventually after a certain amount of time. But you can't get any new shit, if that makes sense. Okay. And so, you can only copy a trait. You can only copy a trait that the object has. You can't copy an absence of a trait. So a user cannot copy a rock's sense of pain to nullify their own pain. A rock does not have a sense of pain, so one cannot copy its absence of said trait, if that makes sense. All right. And then we have the other side, which is projection, which I think is far, far more interesting. And everybody who's here, I want you guys to know, I'm spoiling a huge plot twist for the end, I think, of book 1. So just keep that in mind. So you guys will know. You guys will know the big reveal. Not plot twist, but the big reveal at the end of book 1 if you're here. Okay. Book 1 of what? Of the series that I'm working on right now. So yeah. So projection, users are able to copy a trait of themselves onto an inanimate object, right? So you can project the softness of your flesh onto a brick wall, making the wall really easy to break apart and tear apart with a knife. So if you were trying to sneak into a building or whatever, right, you could project it onto this wall. You can take out your knife. You can cut a hole through the wall and then slip into the building. Okay. Or if you wanted to project the weight of yourself, your weight, onto a small hammer, that way when you're bringing it down on somebody, it's very heavy and it hurts them a lot. Whatever, right? When it crack them on the head with it. Freaking go crazy. And then here, this is the big reveal at the end of book 1 that I'm having right now in my head, where you can project a copy of your own consciousness onto an inanimate object, such as a doll. And like I said earlier, dead bodies are not alive. Dead bodies count as inanimate objects. So right now I have multiple ideas where people are projecting their consciousness and basically sort of reviving dead bodies. Sort of, right? Because the person in the body is not their original soul. It's a copy of the person projecting it's a copy of the projector, right? So I currently have this idea right now that I just came up with like an hour or two ago, where there's this character, right? And then I guess they have a group of 3 or 4 friends or whatever, right? And then slowly throughout this book or whatever, right? You get POVs from all 4 sides or whatever, right? And then the characters are dying off, but the reader doesn't realize that, because say they'll get like stabbed or something like that, and then one of the friends is gonna be the op. Okay, one of the friends is going to put their consciousness into the dead friend or whatever, right? And then I'm gonna take away the dead friend's POV because they're dead, but I'm not gonna say they're dead. Right? I'm not gonna tell anybody. And so the main character at the end would realize that, oh shit, my friends died at the very beginning. I had this idea earlier. I don't know if I'm gonna do anything with it. You know what I mean? But then the foreshadowing is kind of that, like, the POV was taken out. You don't see any more POVs, even though this person's still walking around. Like, what the frick? I had that like I only had that idea just now. It's like a while ago. I don't know if I'm gonna deal with it. I don't know if I can do anything with it, but I'm telling you right now, you guys are gonna know everything. Everybody's here right now. You're gonna know. I'm gonna swear you all to secrecy. Okay. So yeah, this projection sort of thing. Shapes cannot be drastically changed unless they're in a state. Yeah, you can't project an absence of a trait. I have this idea right now where, say you have like a rock or something, right? And you are able to project a certain set of memories onto this rock, right? The rock doesn't have any consciousness whatsoever. So there's literally just nothing happens, right? But like, aside from that set of memories being trapped inside this object, whatever, right? And so say you were to give that rock with your memories inside to somebody who can copy or whatever, and then they copy the memories out of that rock. They copy your copy. So now the copier has the set of memories that the projector gave to the rock. I'm still thinking on that, but I feel like that could be useful for some like long distance communication or something like that. But you see what I mean earlier when I was saying that like I wanted a hard magic system, but I wanted something with like a frick ton of possibilities to where it's like anime. You know what I mean? In the sense that everybody could have their own shtick. It's everybody can have their own, I guess, unique speciality, right? Which in my opinion is just super anime. And there's just so many possibilities. So many possibilities with this where it's very much like that, but at the same time, it's not just like, oh, he has a devil fruit, or oh, he just learned that from his clan, or you know, shit like that, like in Naruto or like Jujutsu Kaisen and stuff like that. I wanted the uniqueness of everybody having their own thing, but I wanted also for the reader to be able to figure out like what's happening. How does the rock store memories though? So we can get into that. I'm still trying to figure that out fully, but that just comes down to the fine details of like what exactly is being taken and what exactly does trait mean, right? Right here, I think I have it like as like a magical like signature or something like that, and you like take a piece. It's like your DNA, sort of like a DNA sort of thing. You take this individual piece of your DNA and you keep it, or something like that. And so that's kind of like the idea I had when I originally put this together. I still need to figure out if that's what I want fully. But so I have consciousness projection, the thing I was talking about earlier. I have its like own thing, right? Because consciousness projection is so like huge. It's honestly OP. Like I have this one main character who, spoiler, is gonna like lose the use of his legs or whatever, right? I think after the first book. And he's gonna build like life-size dolls and then project his own consciousness and ability, you know, motor function onto these dolls, and he'll be like a puppet master sort of thing, except he's not like controlling them directly, but like copies of himself are controlling these like moving dolls. So he can't walk, but that doesn't mean he can't like throw hands, you know what I mean? So once a copy of a consciousness is projected into an inanimate object, the object is now considered alive. No further trait projections will be allowed onto the living object. So you have to do all of your shit before, like all your other projections before the consciousness. The consciousness is the last thing you add, because once the consciousness is added, that inanimate object is now considered alive. Okay. And then so if you notice, hold on, actually we'll go through this. Yeah, okay, there it is. The current one's projected on the object before the conscious projection will stay. Okay. Conscious projection requires an extra trait slot. This is due to the amount of I guess this is element X, but I think I'm going with the name Havoc right now, like the Havoc from like Apex. To keep I think I talked to you guys about this. There's like the whole like 3 realms thing, and it's very Freudian. It's very like your consciousness, subconscious, and unconscious are like separate entities. That's what I've decided to do, and so they all have to be linked and stable. And so you use a lot of this like it's like magic, basically this magic. It's like mana sort of stuff to keep the fake consciousness stable, I guess. Anyways, if you run out of this fuel, I guess, then the fake consciousness will be unable to maintain stability in all 3 realms and basically go insane. Which I think will be fun. And so I got this idea from Naruto because if you guys don't remember, spoiler for Naruto, by the way, Naruto learns the Rasen Shuriken by having a bunch of shadow clones be training, and then when he dismisses the shadow clones, all of the knowledge of the shadow clones goes back into him. So I kind of took that idea, and that's kind of why I came up with the return and dismissal thing, right? So if you project your consciousness into like a life-size freaking doll, right? And the doll goes out and starts, training or fighting or whatever, right? You can dismiss it and the doll will just stop, right? Or you can return the copy, and the copy will come back to you and will bring the memories with it, which gives you the knowledge, I guess. And so the consciousness thing will be, I think it's going to be revealed by the end of book 1, and then it's going to be a big focus of like a big part of the rest of the series. And then there's no combining, but you can work together. Projecting the ability to breathe normally onto a stick. I don't know about this. I'll have to think about this. I mean, this is what we were talking about with like the whole memories onto a rock thing. But even that whole part is very like up in the air so far. I would put into use the word soul instead of consciousness, since a rock still won't be able to think. The consciousness is, but it's not. Maybe. I might. That's a good idea. I'll think on that. And then so this is the main magic system, but I actually have a supplementary one that that I made prior to this. And then this secondary magic system, I intended to be the primary magic system of this world. But then I came up with this, and I feel like this one is a lot more interesting as a primary one. And I feel like the one I made before would be a lot better for to supplement it, I guess. So the secondary one, I originally based it off of photography. This is a photography-based magic system. And by photography, I'll just read it. Drawings that are carved from wood on a specific type of tree or paper made from this tree manifest after pouring the required amount of element X. This is Havoc. Havoc. I'm just going to say energy. I'm still iffy about the name. I'm not 100% sure. Into the picture. Drawings has to be a quirk somewhere? Oh, for sure. So, just forget this part. The drawing must be a realistic depiction of a scene that actually exists. Right? So, originally, what this was going to be was you take a photo, right? And then you can have what's in that photo as long as I think it's inanimate. I need to put inanimate in there. Inanimate. The inanimate thing in that photo would appear. Or whatever, right? So, but then I was like, I'm not 100% sure if I want like handheld cameras to be at least in this era. So if I take a photo of pizza, I can manifest into reality. Yes, but we'll go to the limitations. Okay. If you were to want a knife to manifest from a drawing, you would have to set up a knife in real life and sketch a realistic drawing of that knife from the angle you're looking at it. If the drawing is not accurate enough or a realistic depiction of the scene that is being used as a model, it'll fail. I'm just giving you the rundown, not the super technical stuff. The background cannot be omitted. Okay. So you can't set up a knife in front of a tree and then only draw the knife. Okay. It's not going to work. It has to be a picture of a scene. Right. Why can't I just take a photograph? Because the setting of when this is happening, their cameras aren't ready yet. If I make like this is not 21st century. I'm thinking this is like technology wise, I want to say like maybe 1200s, maybe earlier than that, 1200s, maybe something like that. This is not modern times at all, right? But I'm thinking about making a sequel series because I originally imagined this with a camera, right? So I'm thinking about making a sequel series like hundreds of years later where cameras have been made to process the specific type of paper and you can do it with a picture. Is this in our universe on Earth or a completely different one? So this is an alternate version of our universe within a fake galaxy. That makes sense. I don't think it's going to be medieval. Technology wise, maybe, but it's not going to be a medieval like setting, I think. Maybe. We'll see. This was based this was unintentionally well, actually not. No, it's not. Yeah, I mean, yes, it is. Unintended, yes, it was. This is similar to the ninjutsu scroll, right? But ninjutsu scrolls can like store things, right? There's summoning things that have been stored. Whereas this, it takes a copy of the scene. So this is still like copying, right? This whole magic, these two magic systems are based around copying and like projection and stuff like that, right? And so this takes up a copy, right? Okay. The drawing must be in a ready state. So you pour, I guess, your havoc or element X or energy into the drawing when you're drawing it. And then it takes like very little to use it or whatever, right? That's basically. The ready state requires a vast amount of element X to be poured in. The larger and more complex, the more element X they require. Yeah, so larger shit, more complex shit is a lot more taxing, I guess. I don't know about this yet. We'll figure this out later. Maybe. Okay. I think this is in the wrong place. Eventually, Polaroid cameras will be made to replace the need to hand draw. Yeah. Eventually. So Polaroid camera, you like take out the little picture or whatever, and then you just, shake it. I have an idea where you pour, I guess, your energy into it or something, whatever I choose to call it. And then it has to cover up the entire drawing, the entire picture. And so this shit's affected by gravity. So you like shake it like that, which pushes the energy through it downwards. Does that make sense? And then once it's full, it like, works or whatever, right? So I've had this idea. My original idea was like, you have like a bunch of pictures or whatever, right? And then you like shake them like that to like use gravity to push your energy into it, and then you have like a bunch of freaking knives. That was my original idea. Imagine you drawing your arm back or something. Well, so the thing is, you have to, the item has to already exist. The item that you are drawing has to already be a thing, right? So you can't just like, if you're going to draw something that you can use later, you have to sketch a real, you know what I mean? Kind of. Arm is already a dev thing. Yeah, but you have to have your arm. You know what I mean? You have to set up your arm, set it in like a, I don't know, a studio or whatever, right? Make sure your arm's like cut off or something. I don't know, right? Your cut off arm, you set it there and you sit there and then you draw your arm, right? And then now you have it there because, let's see. I mean, yeah, it's an inanimate object though, right? So you can't do anything with anything that's alive. If your arm is attached to you, your arm's alive. No, it has to be inanimate. Your arm counts as a part of you and you're alive. But it's not, that's why I'm back on. That's why you have to have your arm. Like, that's why you have, like, you can only, like, draw things and copy things from a real copy, a realistic version of the object in a realistic depiction of a real scene that actually exists. Right? So you can, if your arm is not attached to your body, you can draw a picture. You know, you can take like, put your arm somewhere, look at it, right? And then draw the scene that you're looking at. And then you can manifest your dead arm. So you can. But I don't know if you can reattach it back to yourself. I'm confused what you're trying to say, Easter. I'm confused what he's trying to say. Drawings of inanimate objects. Let's say you lose your arm or you don't have it. Okay. You don't have it with you? Is that what you mean? Like, you cut off your arm and then the arm is just somewhere lost. You don't have the arm. Like, you have one arm, but the arm that you lost. I can use a depiction of my other arm in a mirror to draw a scene of myself with both arms in a mirror. I can use a depiction of my other arm in a mirror to draw a scene of yourself. No, it wouldn't work because the arm that you're drawing is attached to you. You're using the depiction of your other arm, but your other arm is attached to you, and therefore it's a part of you and you're alive and you can't draw something that's alive. And you can't draw a scene. No, so trying. Oh, so you. Oh, I think I see what you're saying. I mean, I still don't think that would work. Because at the end of the day, Because at the end of the day, you're still fiddling with a non-inanimate object. You're still fiddling with an object that's alive, which you can't mess with. Easter, get in the call with me. I know what I get what you're trying to say. Easter, unmute. Okay.
No way.
Hold on, let me.
Hello?
Yeah, give me a second. Where's Discord? Okay. Explain to me.
Okay. So scroll down on the Google Doc.
Okay. Where? The drawing?
Yeah, like at the bottom of the drawing portion.
The bottom of it. See, this isn't meant to be here. I think this is a mistake. To be honest with you,
I don't believe you.
I think
I was there intentionally.
No, I think this is meant to go into the projection. So if you like put a rock into your skin, that rock is considered a part of you now, and then you can project the toughness of that rock onto, like, I don't know, say a pencil or something. That's what I'm thinking. That was actually meant.
No, that doesn't make any sense because you're not putting the object into you. You're putting the object's trait into you. The only way that that imbuing something onto your body would work is if you're like drawing something onto yourself, no? Because you're not drawing yourself, you're drawing something attached to you.
Yeah,
so that's why I was saying, like, if I'm missing one arm and I use a mirror to draw a depiction of my arm using my other arm, because it would be a mirror image of it.
So
I could just draw my arm back on.
So you draw your right. You say you lost your left arm. You draw your right arm onto your left side.
Yeah. But if I'm doing it through a mirror, it'll be the right way around, anyways.
Yeah, but your right arm is a part of you. That's like, and you are an inanimate. You are not an inanimate object. So.
But I'm drawing my left arm.
So.
My left arm's not a part of me.
But you're using
It's inanimate.
But you're using your right arm as a basis for that.
Yeah, but you said earlier that you can draw things from memory if you're like good enough.
As long as the scene actually exists in real life and is real.
Yeah, I had both my arms at one point.
No, I don't think you can.
I don't see the problem.
You can't fiddle you can't make any copies of flesh that is not dead.
But my arm is dead.
But your right arm isn't.
Yeah, but I'm only using it as a reference point. I'm not drawing that arm.
But you can only draw actual things like that exist.
My arm is still a thing.
Yeah, but you can't use your right arm because it's not dead. Even as a reference, you can only draw actual items that exist.
My arm does exist. It's somewhere.
Yeah, but so that's what I'm saying. If you if you find your left arm and you put it down and then
arm, which is a mirror image of that.
Because your right arm is attached to you, even if it's mirrored.
But I'm not drawing that arm.
Yes, you are. You are drawing your right arm.
No, I'm just using it as a reference.
It's not, you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying makes sense.
It doesn't.
It does.
No. Chat's on my side.
No. No.
Who's with me, chat?
No. That's like saying if you could find a way to somehow put your toe on top of your head in a mirror image, and you draw that mirror image, say if you were theoretically, which you can't, if you were able to, then that toe would show up, is what you're trying to say.
No.
This is what you're trying to say. Then the toe on your head would show up.
Scroll up on the dock.
Okay.
realistic depiction of a scene that actually existed.
Yeah.
It's just a depiction of me with both of my arms.
So you know what would actually happen if you drew that in the mirror? If you did that in a mirror, the mirror would show up because the mirror is inanimate.
What?
If you drew a mirror picture and you're using in a mirror to sketch the scene, the mirror would pull up.
If you're gonna say that, then if I draw any scene, everything in the scene shows up too.
What? Yeah.
So if I wanted a knife.
Well, no, there's like a no, actually no, there's like a target like a clear
The target is
the clear
my arm.
the clear distinction from the background. Hey, all I'm saying is that if you want your left arm, all you gotta do is take your left arm, set it down, draw it, and then it pops up. It's temporary though; it doesn't last forever. I had to make.
I don't believe you. I don't think you know how your own system works. I'm gaming it.
This one is definitely. I have not explored this one as much. Definitely.
It's separate. The bro's adding retcons as we speak.
I am. I've been adding retcons in my head to everything. That's what it is. Just nonstop retcons. That's what creating is. The need for a scene is obviously just a force limitation. Yeah, it'd be too OP if it wasn't.
I disagree.
Well, I mean, I don't even think the need for a scene is that bad because a lot of these things you're going to prepare, like weapons and utility and stuff, you're going to prepare beforehand. And all you really have to do is like go up to like a white wall or something that's like super easy to draw as a background, right? And just do everything beforehand. I don't think it's that much of a limitation. You know? But it's like, because it's originally photography, right? And that was my original like idea with it. That creates objects. I definitely need to fiddle with both of these more, but this one is definitely what I've been struggling more with. But no, you can't. Because you would be attaching a new arm to you, right? Is what you're saying? Yeah. Then now you're fiddling with live living things. You're altering living things, which you can't do.
Why can't I do that?
Because that's no fun.
I think it'd be more fun even.
No, I like things that are restricted. I like finding creative uses and things that have a lot of limitations.
There's enough restrictions.
I
think you're just limiting the creativity.
No. Because I feel like it'd be too OP if I did that.
I disagree.
It would just be easy healing, and that'd be kind of like bullshit.
It's not exactly easy healing.
I don't know. I think it is.
It's still pretty difficult. If you lose your dominant arm, I think you'd struggle to draw any realistic depictions of anything.
It needs a lore explanation? Yeah, this is just the magic system. All the lore stuff is like, I think it's in a different document, but this is just an explanation. You write the magic system first, and then you figure out ways to explain it in lore later. But I don't know. Inanimate objects are more fun because it's more creative.
I'm gonna find more loopholes in your magic system.
So there's already, I already have ways, whereas, ways to get around the definition of what is alive and what is not alive. And so it's going to be, don't get me wrong. There's going to be stuff like that, but it's going to be like ridiculous.
Rules for me.
OP.
Not for me.
There's a lot more to it than what's written down here. I haven't touched this thing in a while.
All right, buddy.
This is definitely not meant to be here. I'm sorry, sir. This is definitely meant to go here. So if you have like, if you just somehow like cut open your arm and stuff the rubber band in there and then sealed your arm up, that rubber band would count as part of your body. And it's like something like aspects of that rubber band you can project onto other objects. That's what that is meant for. I'm surprised I haven't.
Oh, so like body augmentation.
Yeah, sort of. Like how somebody can, like if you wanted to enhance, well, it's more like to enhance other things. So if you had like a sword and you wanted to make that super hard and you took a diamond and then you just, surgically inserted it into your body and then, skilled it up to where it's inside you, then you could harden a sword by projecting the hardness of the diamond onto the sword. Because the diamond is a part of you now because it's in your body.
You're just making a big euphemism here by choosing a sword.
What?
You're just making a euphemism here by choosing swords and hardness.
I'm just making... trying to give easy example.
But yeah, it's just body augmentation. You would augment your body by inserting things to yourself.
Yeah, basically. There's definitely gonna be a
project.
Yeah, there's definitely gonna be a group of people who prefer that. I think that might be like a thing with like rich people. But we'll see. Be my stupid zombie idea can't comprehend this. It'll definitely be better explained when it's slowly introduced.
People with metal fillings will be OP.
They will. But they're projecting it on. It'll be interesting because they'll be able to like make other things really solid. And then there's the other people who can copy what can make themselves really solid. So it's the copiers can change themselves and the projectors can change other things. And so I thought copying would be super OP, but I think the projection right now is like way more OP. So I'm trying to think of like ways that I can like make the copy aspect more equal to that of projection, because projection is freaking nuts. Like even with the limitations I've tried to impose on it, like there's just still like a lot. I mean, that's a good thing though, because like I said, I want like a lot of possibilities, because that's very anime. I already have this idea. I'm naming it Gunk Shot after like Pokemon, the Pokemon move Gunk Shot, where somebody can like never mind. Where I don't know, somebody could. Yeah, okay. Where somebody could like copy the acidity of their stomach acid onto like spit they gather into their mouth and they just spit it at somebody. Gunk Shot. And then just like freaking burns them. But that would hurt, right, Eepster?
Huh? Getting like somebody has to spit at you?
Yeah.
Definitely.
Okay.
Probably not to your skin immediately, but like if it got into your eyes or anything, then yes.
Yeah. It'd be like a small thing. So I think that like small things like that. But how dangerous is like stomach acid in general? Because like obviously like the lining like protects our stomach from it, but like
it's not like it'll melt through your skin immediately, but like if you leave it in contact with most things, it'll dissolve.
It'll dissolve that thing?
Yeah.
That's good to know. Okay. I did have this idea where this one guy would like stick his hand in like this tub of water and turn this entire tub of water like into basically stomach acid and then use it for things. But we'll see. But like there's like an infinite number of possibilities, and so like, all right. Thank you for debating me.
Yeah, I won the debate.
You're wrong though. But anyways.
I'm not.
Yeah, you definitely. All right. I'll see ya.
See ya.
So, if you want any clarification, you can let me know, Maxer. W in the books? No, it's not. No, it's not. You can't fiddle with live things. And by attaching an arm to yourself, you're fiddling with a live person that's you. Because it's being like biologically attached. If you had like a freaking robo arm, then you could copy that and just carry your robo arm with you wherever. I thought about that. So, yeah. This is draw my arm onto a table. That's what I'm saying. You pick up the arm, put it onto a table, draw it, and then the arm will appear. And attach it to myself manually. You can definitely do that, assuming you can get it to work. But you can absolutely do that. If you manually attach it to you, like biologically attach it to you, like connect the nerves and shit. Yeah. It is part of your body now. You can't mess with it anymore unless you cut it off again. Most rudimentary, painful stitching. Yeah. Assuming you can use it, it counts. Actually, maybe not. If it's stitched to your body, yeah, you're right. Then it's part of your body. So yeah. That part still needs work. Especially with the background. With the background part. But the copy and projection part, I think is like one of the most freaking genius magic systems of all time. Because when people think of magic systems, they think of like people think of magic. They always think of like spells and like all that boring ass bullshit. You know what I mean? Whereas I really like this. It's very different. The spells with only 2 of them? Yeah. But you know what I mean. You know what I mean. It's not like Harry Potter shit. Or like every isekai ever. Have the power system and light novels are just games. Yeah, true. The game system's annoying. And so I'm super confident I could have won that freaking magic system contest with the copy and project. I need different names. A copy and project are like placeholders. Because I don't want to call people who like can copy. I don't want to call them copiers, and I don't want to call people who can project projectors. You know what I mean? It sounds like they're out of a freaking office. What contest is again? It was I'll send it to you later. But basically, this YouTuber did this contest where he had like a bunch of writers submit their magic system ideas, and I didn't realize that, and I didn't hear about it until yesterday, and it happened like a month ago, so I was not aware of it. I could have totally won that. Yeah, just with this copy and project. I can't think of better names. I'm really struggling for better names for this, but I like sound cool, but it's been difficult. Mimicry? I thought about mimicry. Mimicry was one that I definitely thought about. But yeah, so even though this one is more fleshed out than the drawings came first. It was originally, like I said, it was originally a photography-based magic system. And I was thinking about it being like old Western, and it still might be. Maybe not. Maybe like a fantasy old Western, and like a fantasy planet or something like that, like a Star Wars. Like trade possession. Oh, you're copying that trait from something else, right? So you're not taking the trait, you're making a copy of that trait, and you're using that copy, and you're not like losing your trait when you give it to somebody else. You're making a copy of the trait, and then you're projecting that copy onto something else. But yeah, I do like that. Possession and bestowal. I like bestowal. Bestowers. I'll have to come up with a name. Even if that's not technically what's happening, it can still be used. You know, maybe that's how they might be able to understand it, because it's not a very technologically advanced society. I might use this, even if that isn't exactly what's happening. It might describe it good enough. A reason for this, for seeing it that way, was how dismissal and returns were explained. You just get rid of the copy, or you put the copy back into the place it belonged that you took it from. That makes sense. But I can see why you'd say that. Does return the copy to the object or themselves? Why would you return a copy? Returning it because the slot will open up if you put it back, whereas you just dismiss it. I made this. I made returns and dismissals because I wanted for you to be able to return a copy of your consciousness that you projected onto something else, and when that comes back to you, you kind of like the memories that copy of your consciousness or your soul or whatever has, that comes back to you. And so I had to figure out, why would somebody like, I was like, I kind of want that. So that was kind of like the basis as to why I made returns and dismissals. But I also you return a copy, so you can return it, put it back, or you can just shatter it. Or you can shatter the copy and it just gets dissolved into like energy or whatever, the energy that makes it up, and just goes into the atmosphere. I feel like what I described could solve that then, and limit the conscious projection in that you're like splitting your ego apart. No, because there are lore reasons why I don't want to do that, which I'm probably not going to go into right now because it's like a long explanation. Energy or whatever. Yeah, right now the name for it is a havoc. Havoc is like the bonding energy, a specific energy that forms from the bonding energy of iron atoms. So the bonding energy that holds the nucleons of iron atoms together in this world, specifically in iron, because the energy is so strong, because it's so, I think because they're so, iron's like the most stable element, right? And so in this world, when nucleons of iron are bound together, something else happens. It's like blood and plasma. Like say the bonding energy in iron atoms is, sorry, it's not blood, it's like plasma, water or whatever, right? Is that what that is? Right? Where all bonding energy for all atoms is like, would be, say it's, I don't know if this is gonna make sense, or it's water, right? And then specifically in iron atoms, this extra thing is added to the bonding energy, which you can take apart to leave just regular bonding energy between the nucleons. And then this magic, I guess, this is being poorly explained, but I have to go. I have a document in here that talks about that. I have to go take a look at it. But just the bonding energy between the nucleons of iron atoms is special because it has something else in it. And so consuming iron dense foods and like say you live next to a desert or whatever, right? And you're breathing in a lot of like iron from the dust or whatever, is how you replenish your like energy or whatever. Your magic. This will all be better. This will all be better when this lore explained. Okay. This will all be better when it's lore explained. I have whole documents explaining everything, and a lot of it is tied in, but it's like stellar stuff. To do with stars. it's a whole, guys, I'm telling you, it sounds like a lot of random shit, and it was a lot of different random ideas at first, but then I've connected everything for the most part. Star energy, no, because like iron is made in like super like freaking crazy star, like big stars, and then like when stars do other star shit, then like iron is made. So essentially the energy comes from stars. I mean, everything comes from stars. We all come from stars. We're all star matter. Anyway, it's like, it's a whole thing. I poorly explained that, but we're not going to go into that. That's not what this is about. How the magic is made. Iron is formed in the core of stellar bodies. Yeah. But in the core of stellar bodies can only go up to, like, in the core of stellar bodies can only create up to iron. And then everything beyond iron, and most iron is actually not formed in the core of stellar bodies, even though some is, but a lot of it is like formed in other stages of the star's life cycle. That's when the majority of iron in the universe is formed, not actually during the nuclear fusion that goes on in the stars. Some iron is formed there, but it's not where a majority of it comes from. But that's like irrelevant. I've had to do a lot of research on stars. I think one time, I spent like at least a week or two just like reading on stars and reading on bonding energy and atoms and all that sort of bullshit. I spent an ungodly amount of time researching stars and how the elements are formed. I'm like 90% sure that stars, the inside of stars can't form, like in nuclear fusion that happens in stars. I'm like 95% sure only goes up to iron. That's why I chose it. That's literally the whole reason why I chose iron. For most of the star's life. You might be right. I'm gonna double check later. I don't think you are right, but you could be. Yeah, okay. That's basically what I said then. Okay, you're right. Yeah, exactly. That's what I was saying. So the iron is formed, after the star starts doing other star shit. Yeah, basically. That's what I was saying. At the end, like, stars don't form iron. Like, I don't think our sun reaches iron. It reaches iron. Stars don't. Most stars can't even get to iron. But the ones that do, most of the iron is formed when they start doing crazy star shit, not like while they're just in their regular star self. Okay, whatever. Anyways, I'm gonna call it there. I didn't plan to stream for 2 hours. I was gonna stream for like 1.5, but then I got kind of into it. I don't know. I haven't touched these documents in like I said, in a while, so I need to like go in to edit them. I have like 20 different freaking pages so far, just like world building and lore and like how everything works. So I need to go, because like there's just so many times where I'll change something in my head, and then because I've connected everything so hard together, that means I'll have to go and like frick with everything else. It was a pain in my ass. All right, I'll see you guys tomorrow for some pubs. I probably won't be camming in pubs. I don't know. Not even sure if I'm gonna cam in Apex in general, unless it's like a collab. Maybe we'll see. We'll see. I'm always uncomfortable playing games on stream. Believe it or not. Our son does have iron. Is it big enough? Is it powerful enough? It could be. Well, it doesn't matter too much. The thing is that like the bonding energy between nucleons and iron atoms also creates something else, and it's like special. And then that thing that is also there with the bonding energy in iron atoms is what fuels, I guess, the magic systems. All the magic systems I've created, they're all gonna be fueled by the same thing. So it's like it's fueled by iron, but it's like not iron, but it like is iron. And so it's gonna be like dead iron and not dead iron. So iron that is infused and iron that is not, once it's been used, like dud iron, it's dud, it's dead. But it still like works. It's not as big. It's not as big, but the universe has bigger shit. Tomorrow, Apex? Pubs? It's pubs. Pubs. I know, it's crazy. I've only played once. I played pubs one time. In the past 5 months of your pubs, maybe we should. Probably not tomorrow, because probably next week. If we do it, then it's gonna be next week. And then I was in the firing range like 3 weeks ago, just messing around. But besides that, I haven't touched Apex in the fat freaking minute. But every time I watch somebody play Apex, it makes me want to play Apex. All right. Can I keep him banned? Yes, you can. All right. I'll see y'all tomorrow, and then we'll do another just chatting, where I don't nerd out about the creations that go on in my head on Friday. Friday we'll look at the Storytime channel, because like I said, I haven't looked at it. So yeah. IRLs, I see. Anything else healthy? Yeah, this is what goes on in my mind. This kind of shit is what goes in my mind. Is what goes on in my mind. Like 12 out of 24 hours a day. All right, I'll catch you later.